Good morning, boys and girls. Happy Monday. I'm back with the Secrets of Droon, Quest for the Queen, Chapter 8. The quest begins. Tarak stepped over to the cage and waved his hand over it. In a violent burst of light, the cage was empty, and Tarak was holding a second ball. In the ball was the red tiger. How did you do that? Demanded Kia. Where did you get that power? Yeah, Eric growled. Just who are you? Tarak stepped back toward the shadows. We're just two fellows with a job to finish. That's right, said Slag. She'd be mad at us if we failed. She, said Julie. She who? Kia's eyes widened. She began to tremble. Witch Demether, she hissed. She's where they get their power. How very clever of you, Princess, Tarak said, bowing slightly. We do odd jobs for the witch, it's true. We're her legs. I guess you could say Demether told us to catch the tiger. So, I caught her, grunted Slag. Me and my net in the woods. Of course, said Eric. You came straight out of the water. That's where Demether rules. And this magic wagon, it even smells like fish. Ha! Tarak laughed. Using Demether's magic, we'll have more than fish. We'll win the quest and the prize. A fabulous treasure of gold and jewels. It's our reward for catching the queen. You're evil, Julie cried. You're not allowed to use magic here, especially witch magic. Then, bong! Ortha's gong sounded outside, signaling that the quest was about to begin. I'd love to stay and chat, Tarak said, but Demether wants the queen, and we want that prize. Oh, I almost forgot. Catch! Taking the ball with Neil inside, he tossed it up to the high ceiling. Don't break Neil, cried Julie. She jumped for the ball, but somewhere near the ceiling it burst. Neil popped out, full size, and collapsed to the floor. Tarak and Slag leaped away into the shadows. They're escaping, said Kia. After them. Suddenly, the walls around the kids began to collapse. Blong, clang. The room got smaller. Let's get out of here before it traps us, cried Eric. He helped Neil up, and they all jumped after Tarak. But, splat! They found themselves face down in the mud outside the wagon. Flap, blunk, plink. The wagon kept changing. It's becoming a chariot, cried Julie. The great gong sounded once more. The quest is starting, yelled Neil. Tarak laughed icily. He snapped the reins hard, and his pilka charged into the arena. Kia's fingers sparked. I'll stop them. No, Kia, don't do it, said Eric, rushing to her. We'll stop them the regular way. Yeah, said Neil, running over to her chariot. We'll chase them. Kia stared at the chariot, then at her friends. Then she gave them a smile. Let's go. The kids hopped into the chariot. Galen's pilka leap was already hitched up to it. Kia snapped the reins, and the chariot thundered onto the racecourse. Whoosh! A cloud of dust blossomed up from the starting line as a dozen other chariots raced around the arena. But Tarak and Slag were far in the lead. Their chariot charged ahead, rounded the arena, and shot into the forest. Already the sun was falling behind the trees. We have to catch him soon, Julie said, or we'll be late too. The island will be gone. Faster, Leap, Kia said, and the pilka jumped ahead with a burst of speed. Eric gripped the sides of the chariot tighter. It's okay to go fast, but please drive safely. Leaves and vines flapped and whizzed by as they drove deeper into the forest. Right, left, right. The course twisted and turned sharply. The path grew narrow. Then something loomed ahead of them. It was the first of the obstacles. Uh-oh, flame walls ahead, Neil called out. Prepare to be charcoal broiled. A wall of orange flame rose up on each side of the narrowing path. The fire lashed out like fingers trying to claw whatever passed through. But Tarak didn't slow down. He shot a handful of silver dust into the path, and zing! The flames froze instantly. "Thank you for your magic, Demether," he said as he drove his chariot swiftly between the frozen flames. As soon as he passed through, the fire crackled angrily to life again. "Hurr!" Leap reared up, nearly tipping the chariot over. She wouldn't go on. She stamped her feet on the ground and began backing up. "She won't ride into the flames," Kia said. Julie looked around. "I have an idea. I saw it in a movie once." "Wish me luck." "Luck," said Eric. Julie pulled 2 leaves from a nearby bush, jumped up onto Leap's back, and slapped the leaves over the Pilka's head so it couldn't see sideways. "Try it now," Julie called back. Kia urged Leap to move forward. "Hurr!" Leap whinnied loudly, then raced between the fiery walls and out the other side. "Yes!" Julie whipped the leaves off. Eric helped her back into the chariot and slapped her a high five. "Nice work, Julie." "The next one's up to you guys," she said. Kia drove the chariot hard over the path. Eric looked ahead, even as he clutched the sides of the chariot more tightly. He knew, they all knew, that they needed to do more than stop Tarak and Slag. They had to win the prize. Eric remembered Galen's words. For the one meant to win, the prize was what he or she wanted most. Eric knew what Kia wanted. It's what they all wanted, a cure for Queen Relna. But it sure wasn't going to be easy. Clank, plunk. Slag began tossing iron bars out the back of their speeding chariot. The bars struck the path and bounced up at the kids. Kia tried to drive the chariot around the bars, but none of them hit a wheel. The chariot bounced. So did Eric and Neil. They shot out of the chariot like cannonballs from a cannon. "Whoa!" cried Eric as they went hurtling toward a tree. "We're going to get smushed." Suddenly, boing, a thick net of vines flashed down from above. Eric tumbled into the net unhurt. Neil shot in next to him. They looked up. A handful of green Bangledorn monkeys waved from the high trees. "Ee! Thanks," Eric yelled up. "It's nice to have friends in high places," Neil added. Eric and Neil leaped down from the net just as their chariot passed underneath. Plop, plop. They dropped down right next to Julie and Kia. "Glad to have you back," said Kia, laughing. Then another laugh broke through the forest. "This will stop you," Tarak yelled back as he sped into the next turn in the course. "What will stop us?" asked Julie. Then they heard it. Sploosh, crash, splash. "Oh no," cried Kia. "The raging river." That's the end of chapter 8. Chapter 9 will be Tuesday, and that is called The Island of Magic.